Hello, friends. Today is the penultimate day of the year 2024. And a lot of jokes are already doing the rounds on WhatsApp and other platforms. And quite a few of them that I've received have been along the lines that day after tomorrow is the day when there'll be millions of people who decide to join a gym and then will forget about it 2 weeks later. Well, if you listen to my last few episodes, I've been a little generous. I say people will continue with their New Year's resolution up to February. Well, some of them are more realistic, should I say? Saying that, okay, it's just going to be 2 weeks. But no matter what, the start of the year is a goal-setting season for practically everybody I know. Something or the other comes up. Even if they don't announce it, there's something going on in the back of their mind where they say, I'm going to do this year. Okay, whether it is organizations, whether it is teams, or whether it is an individual who's taking up. But if you want to ensure that your ambitions for which you're setting the goals, that you want to reach your ambition, want to fulfill your ambition, and achieve the success that you're planning for, you don't just need to set smart goals. Yes, smart goals is a must, but that is not everything. You need to be aware of certain things that can derail you very, very easily. Okay, so to begin with, why is goal setting important? Let's get back to the basic first. What is so essential? Why is goal setting so essential for success? Yes, when we talk of success, right now we're talking of the year 2025. But as I mentioned in my first episode, I'm not numbering years because the same chats that we are having, same talks that I'm doing are going to work for you year on year. In fact, at any time. So the reason for setting goals is that the first and foremost thing it offers you or it brings to you is it provides you with a clear direction and focus. You set a goal, so you know where you want to go and what it is that you want to achieve. So it focuses you on a particular path. And goal setting, and I am repeating this, I've said it very often, announce your goals to the public, because if you give them up, you will be very, very hesitant to give up because the world is going to tell you that, oh, what happened about this? But that goal will give you the motivation and drive you to achieve the goal that you have set. It keeps you accountable because you have a goal, because you're supposed to get there in a specific time, smart goals, get there in a specific time, you have to be accountable and responsible yourself for all your actions. And that goal creates one of the priorities that you have set for yourself. You may have more than a goal, but if you remember, I said try to keep it to 3 or 4. You don't spread yourself too thin. But a goal will help you to prioritize your tasks. Because when you come up with other tasks that are not a part of any of the goals, what if you have set a goal for yourself, you know what to prioritize. And you also know that you set a smart goal. So when you're defining your goal, you would have definitely defined how you are going to measure the success that you're achieving and the progress that you're making with the goal. And because you have to do all this, and because you have to reach a goal, it makes you plan. A roadmap that we've spoken of already, it is going to help, it's going to compel you to plan and make a roadmap if you're serious about reaching your goal. And it will force you to be resilient. I have to get there. I am tired is not an answer. You have to be resilient. And you have to commit to the goal. Otherwise, nothing happens without commitment. And because you are planning and doing all of these things, you will automatically start planning your time. So time management becomes one of the advantages of goal setting. And of course, as you achieve small wins, your self-confidence goes on increasing. And imagine the thrill and the confidence you will have when you achieve your goal within the time frame that you have set for yourself. But in spite of knowing all of these things and the advantages and the necessity, so to say, of setting a goal, just some things you need to be aware of. Don't make the goals mandatory, especially in the case of organizations and teams when there are more than one person, okay? Because the goal is supposed to motivate you, okay? So they should be something that people do out of choice. They're motivated to do it because they're going to get something out of it, which is going to help them in life. And to achieve this, that goal that you set must be in sync with the strategy you have identified either for the organization or the team or yourself. Yes, you set up a strategy for this. And you need to make goals that are interdependent. Don't make 3 crazy goals that have no connection with each other. You might have things that you want to achieve which are not directly connected, but you need to find a synergy with them. So you need to make sure that those goals are independent. And if as we just mentioned, they are in sync with your strategy, they are bound to be. And you need to make systems so that regular check-ins are there. You have to ensure regular check-ins so that you are not forgotten. The goals are not forgotten, as I said, by February. I'm being generous. Yes. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, that's where we stopped actually, is that one of the best ways, one of the greatest ways to stay with your New Year resolution, way beyond February, is to create a system. Create systems that will propagate you towards your goal. Okay? And once you create the system, that propagation becomes permanent. It's not that you drop a system. Okay? So you will start understanding and validating the goal when you start setting up a system. And then, of course, you will go on to achieve them. So how do you set up a system? Let us look at some of the ways in which you set up a system. There are a few steps, I think 4 or 5. I don't remember the number, but there are 4 or 5 steps in which you can do it. And the first and foremost secret you need to know about building an effective system is incorporating the small, consistent wins in your life. You have to plan in such a way that there are small but consistent wins. If you make a small win every other week or every 3 weeks, you're going to pat yourself in the back, and that gives you the confidence and motivation saying, I did this, now what's the next goal? So now that we're going to start talking about setting up a system, brace yourself. Take a paper and pen. A short pencil is way better than a long memory. So get your paper and pen, brace yourself, sit down, because this episode is going to be very important for you. So you need to look at what I'm talking of and note down the steps with me. Yes, you can listen to this video or podcast multiple times, but always a short pencil is better than a long memory. So work through the steps, note them down with me, gather them. If you have any questions, please do respond. Although I was on a holiday for the last 3 days, I have responded to, I think, every single query that has come up. And there are some queries that have come up which I will be taking up. And I'll let you know before the end of this episode. So step 1 is you need to decide what is it that you want to achieve. So you need to sit down. We've gone through this. You need to sit down, review your year, think of everything, and decide what is it that you want to achieve in the coming year. be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, what good are you going to do? And don't be afraid to go deep. There are things you may not want to think about, but when you're reviewing and trying to set up your goal and your system, you need to think about those, because those are the things you will need to address so that the same challenges do not come up in the next year. I mean, supposing somebody decides, okay, I want to be a great orator. So the first question is, why is it that you want to be a great orator? Okay, I want to be a great orator because I want to do podcasts and videos. So I need a gift of the gap. Or you are in the marketing this thing and you want to develop the gift of the gap so that you can go and sell an air conditioner on the North Pole, whatever it is. Okay. So you need to be able to clearly define what it is that you want to achieve. You have to define it in such a way that you know what is going to come to you at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so there are some steps that you will need to follow, and let's look at them. So the first step that I am talking of is 5 whys. I know it's very irritating when everybody, especially when children come and ask you why. But that child, by asking you why, is gaining so much knowledge and understanding of the topic that we as grown-ups tend to forget and ignore. So we all have goals that we want to achieve. Okay. Sometimes people have the same goal as you. So if they have the same goal as you, are there things that you can learn from them? So what will set you apart from them? Because if you're going to do something that everybody else is doing, you're going to probably get the result that everybody else is getting. Okay. And that's not going to help you. So you need to be able to set yourself apart. So your whys, when you ask the why, that is going to fulfill your sense of mission. But when you're pointing out and defining the whys, you need to be able to also question and find out where it is that the problem lies. What is the core problem on why you want to do that? Okay. So, see, when you create a system, the system is going to help you along the path. Okay, but it is not going to be able to define the symptom for you. And only if you know the symptom can you find the path that is ideal and create a system that is going to work. And that is why these 5 whys are very, very important. Okay, and it's pretty simple. You have to ask yourself. It's not that you need to go. So you have to be very honest. You have to think deep and keep questioning yourself with these 5 whys. What is the first why? Why do you want to do what you want to do? If there is no goal, there is no motivation. If you don't know why you want to do it, why the hell are you wasting your time? So you need to know why you want to do what you want to do. The second one, why, is why do you want to prove yourself by doing that thing? It may be just so that, okay, I want to give it back to somebody, or I want to give it to the team in the company saying that I'm capable of doing this. But you need to know why. You want to do something so that people don't give up on you. So why don't you want people to give up on you? It's as simple as that. You're doing something to become something, to improve yourself so that people don't give up on you. So why is it that you want to do that something why is it important that people don't give up on you? And it could be something as simple as your response can be something because it kills my confidence or it makes me feel inadequate. Great, those are super reasons. But you need to be able to define them. And if people don't approve of you, why does it kill your confidence? What is the reason why you lack confidence? Because subconsciously and consciously, most of the time. Everybody wants people to think good of them. And if people think good of you, you get that confidence. So that is why you don't want people to give up. Why do you care about what people think about you? These are all the whys. You have to, I'm just giving you an example. You will have to define the whys as you go along, depending on your goal and what is it that you want to achieve. Okay, so maybe you're beginning with having a low esteem of yourself because your friends are doing certain things which you cannot do. Okay, so you want to increase your own esteem in your eyes. And that can be done by achieving the goal that you have set. So these whys are what is going to help you to get better. Now, when you set your goal, there will be certain basic skills or basic aptitude that is required. So you need to learn the core actions that are going to be required to achieve your goal. Think of this stage as the first stage in building the bridge that will get you from where you are to where you want to be. So you need to definitely keep learning, because once you know the cause, once you know what actions you want to take, probably there are certain skills that are required which you don't possess. Otherwise, maybe you would have been at your target goal already. So you need to be aware and be ready to learn. Okay. Also, there are other people, as I said, who might have achieved your goal or a part of it. Can you learn from them rather than reinvent the wheel yourself? So try to learn, try to study what the others have done and try to incorporate it. It will require tweaking to your thing, but try to incorporate it into your learning. And then all you have to do is to follow the plan you have made. It is going to take you one step, one step, one step. If you learn from somebody else, you may go 2 steps at a time, but it is bound to take you to your goal. And set the implementation intentions. Just setting a path is not enough. You have to define and make sure that your intentions to implement that are noble. And that is the only way that you will be able to get along. So when you set your goals and when you set the milestones and steps, you will not just say, okay, I'm going to lose 1 kilo. But what you are going to say is that I will start exercising. That's the action you will take at 6 o'clock every morning. So you are defining and managing your time already. And where I will go to the gym. Then that gym guy doesn't earn only for the whole year and have you only for 2 weeks. He will have you for the whole year. So you're making value for money. Okay, so you need to define and state your intention for implementing this. So you need to, like I have myself set a implementation intention for me. I wake up at 4:30, 4 o'clock every morning, and it is defined, and I have alarm set that from 4:30 to 6:30 is the time when I'm preparing the content for what you are watching every day. This is my intention for implementing and making sure that I put up the. So yes, sometimes it will go wrong. There are exceptions. There is no problem. Okay, but well, I've learned it the hard way. But you have to set up, and if there are people working with you, you have to set it up in such a way that there will be bad days when the recording is not ready in time. Learn to live with it. Exceptions make it. Okay. And then the last important step in setting up a system is to set up a review system. You need to periodically review that you are going on the right path and that you still want to go along the path and that things have not changed which make you change your goal. So once you do all of this, you will definitely create a very, very effective system that is going to take you to your goal. So now that we have all this, I think you're ready to start setting your goals and implementing everything so that you achieve success. So now starting with the next episode, as I said, I've received a lot of messages. In fact, in one particular category, I have received more than 40 messages and requests that vary. I have received messages from people who say, okay, tell me more about how I can set and what kind of personal goals I should set. I have received messages from a lot of retailers, I just said about 40 or 50 of them, on how can I improve my retail business in the year 2025. These are all brick and mortar people who are competing with the online business also. So what is it that can... I've got messages from people, how can I improve my career in the coming year? How can I improve my business? And one topic on which I've received nearly 10, and that has made me tremendously happy, is there are people who have actually asked me, how do I set up my company, my organization to be more innovative? These are the things I'm going to talk about for the next 4 or 5 episodes. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that. In the meantime, have a great day. I will see you on New Year's Day, but even then, I'm wishing you a very happy New Year in advance. Please go ahead, enjoy the last 2 days of the year. Sit back and bask in the glory of what you have achieved and be super excited about what you're going to achieve the next year. Thank you, because you deserve the very best. Thank you and cheers. Have a great day.